And it does. And we'll get into some of the impact that we've had as a group. But yeah, anyone that's done anything with charitable work, 10,000 is a great gift.
Yep.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
a great
It's
gift.
helpful.
It's very helpful. They can fill a food pantry or
Yep.
something of that nature for a month or whatever it may be. But 100,000 moves the needle for like can actually save or propel a charitable organization.
Starts new programs, additional reach. If you buy a new van or buy XYZ, it does. It makes a big difference.
So eventually you settled on getting to 100 men that could contribute 1,000 per quarter
Yep.
and give away $100,000 per quarter.
Absolutely.
And so we settle on that as the vision. Now, how does it come together? Now, okay, you're like, okay, boom, we got this idea. We want to give away 100,000 per quarter, have these applicants sift through those, whatever it may be. How do you bring it to life?
Basically we had a year process of just figuring out, hey, how are we going to collect money? Do we want to
Easy with
credit cards? Yeah. Oh shoot, Visa's going to take 4% every single time. Every $100,000, $4,000 is going to Visa. Like that's going to add up. All right, let's figure all those details out. Let's figure out, how are we getting together? How are we spreading the word within the community that this is what we want to accomplish?
How do we do the operations side? Like, how do we do those pieces? We already are all busy. So let's make it, everything was about simplicity. So let's overthink about it because we want to make the model as simple as possible. Not only just for us, but the members. Like if you're going to give that kind of money, you're probably pretty busy. So we shouldn't make it a burden, right? So all of it was always surrounded about KISS principle. Keep it really simple. Try to make it impactful, right? Significance. And so I think what it was is really we were just getting together every other month or every month, and we were growing and changing constantly because we had an idea. It didn't seem to work. I think the biggest thing we settled on was don't launch until we have this many guys. So we went out, we got a bunch of guys that signed up. And I think, what was it, 25 or 35?
It's like 35.
I think it was 35.
Let's get a room of guys, call our friends, say, this is what we want to accomplish, this is what we want to do. When we hit 35, we'll start giving money away. That was kind of
and that's what we
wanted some critical mass.
Because again, we didn't want the 10,000. Again, not that it's not important, but we needed to make a statement. Yeah. And we thought the 35 would make a statement, and it did. 35 was the first gift. It was first tee, I think. Yep. Was our first gift. And they were in the process of trying to get a building. So I'll tell the story that they did. It was like, hey, we're in this little facility. We want to double our impact. Here's how many kids we want to impact if we get this gift. And we're like, gosh, they're gonna double. It was just 35,000. This is unbelievable. Well, we don't know later until we hear from their director, Joel, that they've been trying to get this building from the city of Fitchburg to give them a gift, and they won't because they're not significant enough. He used the word, we're not significant enough. Wow. They win, what was it, months after?
Pretty quick. Yeah.
They get the building. They gift them the building for like $1 for a 99-year lease.
Your donation made them significant enough in the eyes of the city of Fitchburg.
We think so. I don't know if that's true.
But no, that's what we're rolling with.
Yeah, we're going to go with that. Okay, great. So yes, the gift that 100 Men was able to put together changed the trajectory. And we have 28 of those stories every quarter. Someone has something massive happen within 6 months that changes their trajectory. And it can't be a coincidence now that it happens every quarter.
Yeah. Well, I want to narrow down on something that's really important as people think about charity and charitable giving. There's thousands of charity just in the charities in this community alone, let alone nationwide. So how did you come to the mission of impacting kids, right? Because we could have gone cancer, we could have gone.
Do you remember that?
Alzheimer's, dementia. We could have gone a whole bunch of, and obviously, Jason, with your cancer diagnosis, that's what you guys were raising for in the past. Yep, correct. How do we narrow down to we're looking for charities that are impacting kids' lives?
Honestly, I don't recall other than Dave Growl as being pretty persistent on.
Because he was with Big Brothers Big Sisters, right? And I think what we did was, I think Dave was it, you're right. So he kind of pushed like the children's side of things. And then in Bailing, I think brought up, well, if we're going to go with that, let's just see how many charities there are. Well, it's easy, right? You go to the DFI site for the state of Wisconsin, you say children's charities in Dane County. It gives you, it was like over 2,000. And we're like, we couldn't get through this for the next 100 years, this list, and give them all money. Like, okay.
And that's not even counting the ones that are going to start up since your inception, right?
Or change, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're absolutely right. So I think it was a pretty easy, with the, again, yeah, you're right. I think it was Growls' direction of like, hey, this has been important to me. And then he shared his story of why he's part of Big Brothers Big Sisters. And it was like, yeah, who? And then we were joking. We're like, well, who hates kids? Nobody. And if you do, we don't want you to be a part of our group. So it was kind of our joke that if people were like, oh, I don't know if it's a fit for me, you're like, well, do you hate children? You know, like that was our inside joke.
That's
of
how
course,
you
we
got
never
me.
said it. Is it the guilt trip?
No, honestly, it was the kids though. Because as the managing partner of my financial firm, being with Northwestern Mutual and in Wisconsin, everyone thought that corporate money was my money. And that I could just donate whatever, $1 billion if I wanted to. That's essentially how people hit me up. And so I had to come up with a mission and vision for my charitable giving as a firm, and it was centered around kids. So I had a very clear stance, and this is why I wanted to get to this point, because there are thousands upon thousands of worthy charities in your area. If you don't have a mission and vision with where you direct your dollars, it can get really convoluted, and therefore your impact isn't as strong. So my mission was around giving kids a chance. Like I just believed, when I took over at 35 years old, I was like, I just had this recurring thought in my head, and I had, I think I had 3 kids at the time. Cam was to come a couple of years later, but it's like, I've lived a pretty good life at 35. Like I've made it this far. Like I want every kid to have that chance. So 95% of our dollars were directed towards childhood cancer research with Alex's Lemonade Stand.
I do remember that.
And then the other 5% I allowed for other kids' charities. So if anyone hit me up from Alzheimer's to breast cancer to whatever, I just had a simple no. My dollar, our charitable dollars are derived towards this mission, towards kids. So when I got approached with your guys' idea and joining 100 Men, it was about the kids. That was an easy yes for me.
That's awesome. I do believe like every guy that's a part of this, there's some call, and we don't know all of those stories, but you can tell when they're in. I think creating this too, we had 2 worries. We didn't want it to be like a fraternity bro kind of like society. We knew that having the brotherhood was important, because then I think we can all lean on each other in different ways during that growth of this group. But having the leaders that were willing to step up, that also was, I think, a huge impact. Like we were able to take some guys that lived in there was a group of them from Sun Prairie, and they were like, well, I can get like 8 guys. Okay, let's go grab a breakfast. So like we would organize a breakfast